tell me how your sleep has been historically.
Sure. Yeah, historically, I used to sleep really well. I always was focusing on enough water, going to bed at the right time, getting a solid 8 hours. And then I became a father. And my son is going through some sleep troubles right now, which is challenging for his parents. Less sleep for us. He wakes us up a couple times a night. So yeah, I would say in the last few years, it's been really challenging to get a full night's sleep, so you feel refreshed and recharged and ready to take on the day the next day. So that's why I was kind of seeking out solutions for this issue.
So what have you discovered so far? Like, what have you done to this point to help?
Yeah, I mean, routine is huge. I started being very regimented with also not drinking a lot of water before bed, so you don't self-wake up, so I have to go to the bathroom and all that stuff. But I think getting a deep sleep with the sound, not a lot of sound, not a lot of light, which is what kind of led me to the discovery of your product, because of the hood and the built-in mask. It filters out that light, and I can sleep a little bit deeper.
Yeah. What were you doing before this?
Yeah, good question. So before this, I used to take one of those buckwheat pillows. It's like a pillow that's filled with like almost small beads.
Yeah.
And I would just kind of lay there and shape it to my head, lay down, shape it to my head to block out the light. But of course, when I'm tossing and turning at night, inevitably it falls off, and that can wake me up at different points. So that wasn't a great solution, but that was my homemade solution.
Gotcha. Yeah. And before the sleep hoodie, what were you wearing to bed? This is always one of my favorite questions. It's a great icebreaker.
Yeah, I would go to sleep how God made me. I would just basically sleep without a shirt on. So again, my apprehension to sleepwear was, is it going to be too hot? Is it going to be fitting enough to my body? If I toss and turn, is it going to wake me up, get caught on something, or be uncomfortable? Which I'm happy to report is absolutely not the case.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest surprise when I started using the hoodie, is that how well it fit, and actually how comfortable the mask is.
Yeah. I hear that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Prior to that, has sleep always been it sounds like sleep has been a priority in your life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So my background is in health and fitness and in healthcare, physical therapy. I now do real estate, but I've always been a big believer in sleep, getting good 8 hours of sleep, and deep sleep, so you can be at your best the next day, whether it's performing at the gym, whether it's performing at your job, or just being at your best, whether it's a parent or whatever, just being your best self is sleep's imperative.
Yeah, it's funny. Now we all understand that, right? It's very rare that you hear somebody say, "I'll sleep when I'm dead,"
right?
Or sleeps for the week.
Yeah,
it's refreshing.
Yeah.
And what first attracted you to the sleep hoodie?
Well, like I said, I was just kind of searching for solutions, and with that buckwheat pillow kind of falling off my head at night, and trying to, it was really the mask portion of it that attracted me to it, that it was sewn in, and it was really, I was hoping it really fit well and didn't move at night, which it doesn't move at all. I'm very, very satisfied with that.
And when you first wore it,
Yep.
What were your first impressions?
It's like anything else. You get used to it after a day or two. I don't want to say I can't sleep without it, but it's certainly, I look forward to sleeping with it, at night. So I sleep with this thing 3 to 4 nights a week. Basically, if it's not in the wash, I'm sleeping in it. Yeah.
Okay, so most nights, have you traveled in it?
I took it to a trip. I purchased it not too long ago, so I took it to a trip a few weeks ago. I went down to see my uncle during the Super Bowl. We watched Super Bowl together. The outcome wasn't what we wanted, But yeah, I traveled with it, and I didn't wear it on the plane, although I think that's a great idea. If you had a long haul travel and you threw the hoodie on just to try to get some sleep on the plane, this would be fabulous for that scenario.
Yeah.
However, when you're sleeping in different beds, or you're traveling, if you travel for work and you're in hotels, or let's say you're meeting up with a buddy, you never get the best sleep in a different bed. This brings a little bit of comfort of home. I don't know if it's your own scent, but it really helped relax me and get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I love hearing the folks who have a few of these. One of them is always in their go bag.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, if they're going cross country or whatever, or it's a red eye or something like that, this is kind of a lifesaver.
Oh, 100%. I can see that. I can see that on a red eye for sure.
And since you've been wearing it, do you feel like your sleep has improved?
I do. I do. I will absolutely, it's top of mind when I have a big day the next day, when I need to have the mental acuity and I just need to feel refreshed, whether if I'm closing a contract on a big deal, or if I have a business meeting or something, this is top of mind. It's my go-to, put it on. I just feel deeper sleep at night and then refreshed when I wake up. But I don't wear any wearables. I don't track my sleep. I know that's a big thing right now. My personality, I can't handle too many, looking at variables. Like the sleep number bed, I would never be able to do one of those. I would be adjusting the settings all night long. So I just go by how I feel.
Well, and really, oftentimes that's the best indicator. A football performance coach told me one time that nobody knows these guys' bodies better than they do.
Oh, yeah.
So if they tell me that they're getting better sleep, then they know better than a gadget.
Right, absolutely.
And then that was refreshing to hear. We do know better.
The other indication too, I should bring up, is that my son, when he does come and wake me up in the middle of the night, before I could hear him, or I would get a sense that he was coming down the hall. So I wouldn't be sleeping as deeply, and I could hear when he opened his door, come down the hall, the pitter patter, and then ultimately when he was in my room tapping me. Now he's tapping me before I wake up. So I think that's another indication. Only when I'm wearing this hoodie. If I don't have the hoodie on,
that's huge.
So I think it's a big indicator for me.
Yeah. That's huge. Wow.
Yeah.
And this is a really versatile garment. A lot of people wear it a lot of different ways. When I go to bed, I'll wear the sleep mask as a headband. Covers the ears, quiets things down, gets my mind into the right space for sleep, and I'll read like that. How do you wear it?
Yeah, so I'll keep the hood and the eye mask off until I'm ready to fall asleep. Oftentimes my wife is watching TV, so I will basically just wear the face mask part and kind of leave the hoodie down. Now, I do think the hoodie's comfortable enough to wear, but honestly, I just kind of prop the face mask on here, just like that. Just kind of line it up there. And I gotta tell you, like, the face mask is super comfortable. I leave the hood off, and this is how I wear it most nights, and it covers the ears. Super comfortable. Again, I can't really see any light. It filters all the light of my wife watching TV, and that again helps me fall asleep a lot easier.
Yeah, and it being over the ears, like, it doesn't filter out all sound.
No.
But it works with earplugs. So if you need that, doesn't sound like you need that, and you want to kind of be ready for when your son comes in too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then the other kind of cool feature is it's like a little, almost like a little hug, and it keeps your ears warm. It just keeps your eyes, your nose, like everything really warm, but it doesn't overheat you, and that's, again, one of my biggest concerns was being, getting too hot with, when I normally don't sleep with a shirt on and off. So,
right.
Yeah.
Did that take a few nights to get used to, going from no shirt and a buckwheat pillow to
a little bit, yeah.
gear?
I was relieved not to have to do the pillow thing anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say it took a few nights to get used to the shirt. And then too, just like, you take the shirt out of the packaging and stuff like that, there's always a scent. You want to get your own scent and stuff on it. And then, once you have that, it's just like second nature.
Yeah. It was interesting to hear you say, I look forward to getting into it.
Oh, yeah.
Like that is something that a lot of people, that's a lot of the feedback that I get is suddenly I'm looking forward to going to bed.
Yeah.
Where in the past they may have been dreading that. That's a very real thing.
Right. It's now sleep. That's true. Because I used to be like, oh, am I gonna sleep tonight? Is this gonna, I have a big day tomorrow. Am I gonna get enough sleep? And just that alone, you're looking at the clock. And I guess with the mask, I don't do that anymore, and I'm just realizing that now. So yeah, I do. I very much look forward to that.
Yeah. And inevitably, the subject of sleep comes up when we're out just doing life. It's a funny thing how often it crops up. So my question is always to all the deep sleepers is, do you recommend it? Does it come up? Do you mention it when and if the subject of sleep comes up?
I do, absolutely. So I still work part-time in healthcare and physical therapy, outpatient setting. And, we can't technically push products on people, but I do highly recommend, and I recommend this thing. I said, listen, I've got this sleep shirt that it's brand new to me, as of this year. And I love the thing. It's helped me sleep, and I guarantee, I highly recommend that it'll help you sleep better, recover from your injury, because that's a crucial point, is when you have an injury, your body is going into, healing mode, right? That takes a lot of energy, and there's a lot of fatigue. So you need to sleep and recoup so you can heal.
Sleep is recovery.
Sleep is recovery. Sleep is everything. A funny thing is that my son, like I said, he's almost 6 years old. He thinks it's really cool. He said, "Dad, you look like Batman." So I was like, all right, if he thinks it's cool, But yeah, the real answer to that is the surprising thing was how soft the mask and how comfortable the mask is. I've never had a sleep mask before. I've never tried it. So this is my first go around. So I can't really compare to other ones, but it's like a pillow-like feeling, which is a nice feeling to have. Yeah. So that was my biggest, that's one thing I always bring up to people when I talk about it. I said, hey, that mask is no joke. It feels great. It's like a pillow for your eyes.